Do startups still do best when started in SF?
Yes. And he and I have had lots of arguments about this. It's gotten to the point where like it's not fun to have the argument with Dave anymore about this. But he doesn't live in SF, so of course he feels that way. And I live in SF, so of course I feel that way. I think San Francisco has been through so many downturns. And if you look at this one alone, you can like draw the line down and say, wow, everything's going to just shrink. But it has been through so much and always rebounds and comes back way harder than it was before in a good way.
Have you ever had this much exodus in terms of tax revenue? Because like cash is king and there's so much cash that's left and it's not coming back. Well, it may not come back.
That was true with every single downturn though. And I think the best universities in the world generally for computer science are in this area. People passionate and making like next generation AI algos and stuff are all from this area. They all mix together. Literally everything interesting is happening right here. I guess if you consider like Bitcoin and crypto super interesting, I guess you can bet on Miami. Sure, great, awesome. But like I'm going to bet on the next chapter of companies starting their core here, though I will say the biggest difference going forward, you're going to see a huge remote component. And I think especially for your most talented people, they'll be able to work basically from anywhere. And I think that is a fundamental difference, but there's no way San Francisco is going away as a city, as like the center of great startups.
Do you not think you lose so much? I've just got offices for our funds and our media companies and people fucking love it. They love being together and we're better together.
It's both. But basically, bottom line is that I think it's easy to be anti San Francisco right now. It's just so easy. But like, mark my words, look back 5 years from now, and we're even seeing the glimmers of it now. Just all these companies getting started. If you look at history, what is it? It's like it never repeats perfectly, but it rhymes. And it's just, there's not a single time where San Francisco hasn't come back with a vengeance. Boom and bust periods. Now, there are cities in the US where fundamental changes have happened to their industries and the cities have gone away, Detroit being one of them, right? Like the prior exists for that being true. I cannot make the same parallels today for remote work or like any of the shifts that have happened during the pandemic, that you're going to see that fundamental shift to the community here, which is nerds. It's foggy, it's cold, you get to work hard, there are no distractions, right? We only have like 3 restaurants that stay open past 11. Like, yes. I think there's one club in the city. Like, there's literally nothing fun to do past 9 p.m. in the city. So people work their butts off. And I think it's a great center of that. It's the kingdom of nerds, and I love it.
You literally have dinner at 6 p.m. It's bizarre. It's like,
yeah, and it turns out it's a lot like what having kids is like. You have dinner at 6 p.m.